Okay, let's talk about 3 topics. Because I wasn't able to do my Raw review because I had a hurricane and I didn't get a chance to get to this laptop. Then WWE 13 came out and I've been doing that lately, videos like that. Since I'm going to have a long weekend, well, not a long weekend, I'm going to have 3 days off. Today, tomorrow, Sunday. I'm going to get the video out now because it's the perfect time. So let's get on with I'm going to be doing a Raw review, a main event review, and a TNA review. TNA right on time, main event Raw. Raw is very late. Main event is late, and TNA this is kind of the time I usually review TNA. So I'll do Raw. This Raw happened on October 29th, 2012. And it shows Punk and Ryback fight from Hell in a Cell. I've already covered that. Then CM Punk comes out and says that he has proven everyone wrong since day one. He finally beat Ryback. People thought I was just going to be another victim, but I did beat him. He said that he has nothing to do with the referee, Brad Maddox, who cost Ryback the match last night. He says that Ryback, he's now looking at Ryback as a rear mirror. Mick Foley comes out and he says, you had the chance to be a legend. You had the chance to be a statistic. No, do you want to be a legend? Do you want to be a statistic? Do you want to define your career? And he's blew it. Then Punk shows him the scars that he got. And he's like, and is that not proving it to you? And then he's like, no. Then Punk says that Punk challenges Mick Foley for a Team Foley, Team Punk match. And he accepts, and we find out the members later that night. Then then Ryback comes out and tries to hurt Punk. But Punk escapes through the crowd. We come back, Ryback's having a match with JTG. Ryback just squashes him and wins. And then he says that he's going to get his payback, and he's going to feed him, and then he chants, feed me, Punk. Then we get Wade Barrett versus Randy Orton. Another decent match. Barrett bounced Orton off the announcer's table. Orton bounced Barrett off the steps. They did little moves in the ring. Barrett did the tilt-a-whirl slam. Orton did his comeback. Then Barrett goes for the souvenir elbow. But Orton ducks it and hits the RKO for the win. Then we get AJ backstage. She's going to be interviewed so she can become a diva again. Then Vicky Guerrero says, she asked Vicky Guerrero what her weakness is, and she says that she's a little unstable. Then Vicky says, are you saying that you're crazy? She gets pissed and says, AJ gets pissed and Vicky tells her to wait there until I get back. Then we get breast cancer ad. Then we get the primetime players versus Team Hell No. This was a decent match. Team Hell argue a lot. Primetime players got some offense, but not a lot. Then what ends up happening is Kane chokeslams both primetime players. Daniel Bryan tags in Kane, gives the LaBelle lock to Darren Young, and Darren Young ends up tapping out, and the Team Hell No wins the match. Then Vicky Guerrero backstage coming to the ring to talk about the AJ John Cena scandal. They talk about Brad Maddox saying how he cost Ryback last night, and how a month ago he cost Punk a match in a tag team match. Then we get Vicky Guerrero promo. I don't get it. What the fuck? They have nothing to do with John Cena because he's injured. You had to do this. Because John Cena, whoa, John Cena. I like Cena, to be honest with you. But what I don't like is like, okay, Cena, since you can't wrestle, you're gonna be in a feud that means nothing instead of sitting at home so you can fucking recover. Oh wait, one arm. But no, and then you're gonna be in a feud. People are gonna think that you're in a relationship with AJ, but he obviously is not gonna be, because you know what? The evidence that Vicky Guerrero showed the first 2 times, I did not like. I actually don't care at all for this fucking segment. She shows a picture of John Cena asking AJ out on a date, and it was a fucking joke. Then it shows John Cena and AJ hugging. She needed a fucking shoulder to cry on. Then it shows John Cena and AJ at the dinner. Cena says that it's just a business dinner. Discussing when he should come back. But you know what? He's back now, and I think he can wrestle, because he fucking clotheslined Dolph Ziggler over the fucking top rope. Think he's fine. Then, who am I missing? Oh, I'm forgetting the part about the elevator. Was they whipped off of fucking TNA? Because... And and now it's AJ, and AJ Styles did it on TNA. Now they're fucking doing it with AJ Lee. But they get on the elevator. She says she just walked AJ back to her door. That was it. Dolph Ziggler comes out, and I thought he was gonna actually get something out, but he got nothing. He got nothing. He got shoved by Cena, and that was it. I do not care for this segment. I do not care for this feud. All I care about is that Dolph Ziggler and Cena are having a match at Survivor Series. John Cena's gonna fucking win. So fucking predictable. But they will have a good match. But John Cena's gonna fucking beat Dolph Ziggler. Let me get a WrestleMania 29 ad. Then we get Antonio Cesaro versus Kofi Kingston with Miz on commentary. I thought this was gonna be... It would have been a good match. But Miz kind of overshadowed it for what it could have been. And then until Kofi just throws Cesaro into Miz, and then Miz attacks Kofi. Then Cesaro and Miz double team Kofi. Then R-Truth comes out, makes the save, and Kofi and Truth have like a one-night reunion. Let me get AJ backstage part 2. Vicky says that if you just admit that you're in a relationship with John Cena, you can be a diva. She doesn't want to do that. Because she doesn't, it's not worth hurting John, it's not worth hurting Vicky, it's not worth hurting anybody. Then Vicky just changes her mind and makes her a diva and puts her in a match with Beth Phoenix. Let me get behind the music. The 3-man band are talking about them coming together pretty much. Then we get Team Cobra versus Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal with Drew McIntyre. Heath Slater and Jinder Mahal win, but I forget how. Now we get another announcement that Jerry the King Lawler will be back in 2 weeks. I want him to come back, but at the same time, I don't want him. Like, no disrespect to the situation, but I like Jim Ross on commentary, and it's going to be a shame to see Jim Ross go, because obviously he's going to be the one to leave. What they could do is they could have Jim Ross and Jerry the King Lawler do Raw, and Michael Cole and JBL do SmackDown, like it was when I first watched it. Because I really like Jim Ross on commentary. I think he can still commentate stuff. And, yeah. Then we get... But, yeah, I don't want... I'm going to miss Jim Ross. Then we get Beth Phoenix versus AJ. It was a whatever match. AJ ends up getting the win with the schoolgirl. Vicky Guerrero comes out and restarts the match. And Beth Phoenix wins with the Glam Slam. Whatever. Let me get Sheamus promo. Oh, I know what this is. This is when Sheamus comes out and he gives his reaction on losing the World Championship. And he was fine with it. He says that he's here to fight, not to win, not to lose. As long as he put up a good fight, he's awesome without it. Big Show comes out and says that he's going to wipe that smile off Sheamus' face. And he calls him a redhead ginger snap. Then he's like, you ever seen a ginger snap? Watch this. Celtic Cross, Sheamus leaves. I thought that was fine. Let me get John Cena and AJ backstage. I think this was just to fill TV time. John Cena says, "Hey, great job, we'll get this worked out." Then and then AJ looks at John Cena romantically, and Vicky Guerrero catches it. Then Beth Phoenix comes, and Vicky Guerrero fires her. This is because she's retiring. I heard that she was retiring from Suicide Dive Wrestling. And normally I care about retirements, but I don't care about this certain one because Beth Phoenix, we never really saw her anyway. So then we get Team Road Scholars versus Rey Mysterio and Sin Cara. This was the match of the night. We had both teams dominate. Mysterio and Sin Cara did the normal high flying styles. Road Scholars dominated much of the match. Then Sin Cara gets a hot tag. Ray comes in. He goes to launch into Cody Rhodes. He gets thrown into the steel steps. Sin Cara takes out Rhodes. Then Sin Cara goes to Swanton Damien Sandow and misses because Cody Rhodes pulls him off. And Sandow hits that neck breaker for the win. Then we get Mick Foley and Caitlyn backstage. They pretty much advertise WWE 13. Then Paul Heyman says you should be getting your team together, and Foley says that people are knocking down his door. And I honestly can doubt one of those people did not knock on his door, and you're going to see who that is in a second. Then we get the breast cancer video package. Then John Cena and Susie G. Coleman people promo. This was to end this breast cancer thing. I think it is over. I'm not mad, but I don't really know what I think about that. I care. It's just, it seemed like it got John Cena. This was get our face more. Well, John Cena, it just sucks for him. He's injured. And I hear that he's injured. I think he's recovered, but I think he probably is still injured. And he has to show up. I think he wants to show up for this, but it sucks because he has to show up to do this. It just kind of sucks if you look at it if you didn't want to. But if you wanted to, then that's fine. But they just pretty much they give him a check for $1 million, and there's a bunch of the Raw people are up on the stage, and Cena's the one that's doing this. They could have just had Cena out there, to be honest with you. I don't know why they had to have the other locker room. I'm not gonna bitch about this too much because it is for a good cause, and I'm fine with that. But it's just, it sucks for Cena. He's got to show up for this, even though he's injured. If he still is injured, it just sucks. Then we get Justin Gabriel versus Alberto Del Rio. This was fine too. Gabriel showed that he, like, I knew Del Rio was gonna win this match, but I expected Gabriel to just pretty much be done. But Gabriel looked like he was strong. But Del Rio wins with the cross arm breaker. Then Punk and Foley picked their teams. I didn't see the promo because the hurricane cut out the cable, but I do know that Punk picked The Miz, Team Road Scholars, and I think he also picked Del Rio. I think it's only 4 people that he picked. I might be missing someone. Actually, since I have online right now, I'm going to see if I missed anyone. YouTube, gotta have the YouTube, Yeah. Hurry the fuck up. Hurry up. Fuck that then. But I think those were the people. Del Rio, Road Scholars, and Miz. I think that's it. Then Mick Foley announces that his team's going to be Team Hell No. Randy Orton and Kofi Kingston, the Intercontinental Champion. I'm fine with that, but it's weird Randy Orton and Mick Foley hated each other in 2004, but now they're on the same team this year, so I think that's pretty strange. Then we get the All Brawl, and then Mick Foley says that he's not going to beat the weak link because he's not competing. Ryback comes out, and they just all brawl, and he takes out Cody Rhodes with the clothesline and the shell shock. That was it. Raw was fine. I'm going to give my thoughts on this Survivor Series elimination tag. I like it. I honestly do like it. Punk. It's the first time Punk hasn't defended the title, and it looks like Punk now maybe will hold the championship for a full year. Let me tell you what I actually kind of don't like. A little nitpicky thing though is they're gonna have to fill time, and WWE only usually announces 5 matches, and this is this is the big match. The tag team champions are on that team. The Intercontinental champions on that team. They're going to have to find another way. We're probably going to get a United States Championship match. Cena and Dolph. Obviously a Divas Championship match. That's 4 matches. Is that all that's going to be announced? There might be some filler matches on there, like maybe Sin Cara and Cody Ray versus Primetime Players. That's really it, though. It's like there's nothing really this can happen though, and it kind of sucks that Mick Foley's not going to be on the team, and people who were on the teams, like I like this team, but I expected like some big names to be on this team. Like I expected Brock Lesnar to go with Punk since Heyman's with Punk, and I expected The Rock to go with Mick since the Rock and Saw connection, and I'm disappointed that we get to see Mick Foley compete. And I thought Cena was going to go on that team, and Dolph was going to go in Punk's, and it just kind of sucks. I like it, though, because it's the first time that it kind of means something. But I think Mick Foley should have competed. You could have taken out Kofi. They actually could have taken off the tag team. No offense, but could have taken off the tag team champions because they're still feuding, sort of. But we'll see where they go with this. Let's see if they can get more matches on here announced. Now I'm going to review main event. So we'll talk about the Brock Maddox situation. And I've actually got a text on my phone before main event. I'm going to read it to you. Maddox found. Suspended WWE ref Brad Maddox, who disappeared following Hell in a Cell, has resurfaced. Tune in to main event on ION Wednesday at 8 for further news. This pretty much gave the same news. They didn't really do anything. Then it shows what happened last week with the primetime players attacking Ray, Sin Cara, and just Sin Cara and what makes a save, and they make it like a 6-man tag. Then we get Alberto Del Rio and the primetime players versus Rey Mysterio, Sin Cara, and Randy Orton. This was a decent 6-man tag. Rey Mysterio, when he ran for the 619, ran like he smoked cigarettes, like my dad's girlfriend Chris would run. But can I tell you what the difference is between my dad's girlfriends Chris and Ray? Is it would be funny if she ran, because I don't think Ray smokes cigarettes, 1. And 2, she's kind of, to be honest, she's kind of hot, to be honest with you. But yeah, everyone got dominated a good amount. Randy Orton got the tag. Ray and Sin Cara took out the primetime players. Orton hits the RKO on Del Rio for the win. Then we get a WWE 13 and we get the primetime players interview saying, they say that by WrestleMania 29, they will be the WWE Tag Team Champions. I can't say I doubt that, but it doesn't look like it will happen if they keep doing what they're doing now. But then Del Rio comes on the mic and says to Randy Orton, watch it back on SmackDown. So I guess this feud between them is going to continue. Then it shows the AJ scandal. Then we get a match between Wade Barrett and Tyson Kidd. They had a decent match. Tyson Kidd kicked Wade Barrett when he was on the apron and Barrett was on the floor. Tyson Kidd goes to launch into Wade Barrett, gets a right hand. He gets the souvenir elbow for the win. Barrett cuts a promo saying that Sheamus isn't focused now because he lost the World Championship. Sheamus says he can't wait to get back in the ring. They have a match for next week. Then Sheamus goes to Bro kick Barrett, and Barrett runs away. And that was it for main event. Fine main event, a decent main event. Now let's get on with the next show. I want to do this quick because I want to play WWE 13 before I gotta go to Adams. And before so TNA, we get for the first hour we get Tom McKinley and Mikey Borash on commentary. It shows what happens last week with all the Aces and 8 stuff. Then we get Joseph Park promo. He comes up and says that he wants to fight the Aces and 8s. He didn't get his silver. He was deprived of his silver rights, and he found a loophole open fight night. He calls out one of the members of Aces and 8s. 4 come out and he said 1. Angle comes out, tries to fight him off. Stin comes out and somebody else comes out. It was Wes Briscoe. I think, and then they all brawl, and the Stin says that there's a mask. Someone's mask is coming off tonight. Then we get the match card announcements for the night. ODB versus Jesse with Taylor. Let me see. Bully Ray versus Devon, and that's it. Then we get Magnus backstage. And he says that he's going to unmask a bigger fraud. and I don't know who I thought that was, but he said he's gonna unmask a bigger fraud than the Aces and Eights. Then we get that Halloween ad again. Then we get Jesse and Taylor backstage. Jesse does not want to face what's her name? ODB. And I guess Taylor talks him into it somehow. I don't get it. I don't know. Then we get Magnus versus Samoa Joe. This was a decent. I think this was no. Yeah, I think the matches on the show weren't really good, but this match was a decent match. Joe always can hold a good match against anyone. What ends up happening though is Magnus grabs a wrench when he's outside the ring. You fucking interrupt everything. Go. Anyways, then Magnus hits Samoa Joe off the head with the wrench and leaves. And I thought it was for the title, but I guess it isn't because Magnus would not have done that if it was. So it looks like this feud between them is going to continue. I'm very fine with that. They can do a lot more with this feud. Get some mic time. Don't let because the flaw with the Aces and Eights is it can take up TV time for other feuds. Like, let's take a look. This feud got limited TV time. Well, one, because of Devon, because he fucking left the company. So then they had to put the TV championship on someone. And I think the Aces and Eights kind of overshadowed it. So, but keep it going. But yeah, then we get Sting, Hulk Hogan, and Joseph Park backstage. They're talking about the Aces and Eights thing. Angle comes in and says he wants Steve on tonight. Because he's pissed that the Aces and Eights attacked him. Hulk Hogan says that Bully's got Devon tonight. You get him at Turning Point. So then that was it for that. Then we get Samoa Joe backstage and says that it's no longer about the title. It's personal now. No disqualifications, and I don't really know. Then we get Jeff Hardy backstage and he's thinking stuff again. He thinks about the open fight night and he thinks it in his fucking mind. Why? Why I gotta make people think things? Just make him talk about it. Make him talk to himself. It makes him look crazy if he's talking to him fucking self, but it's just like not logical that they can read his fucking mind. Then we get Christopher Daniels and Kazarian. They called out Hector and Guerrero and Willie. That was shit. The Guerreros come and save him. Chavo Guerrero and Hernandez come. Then we get Christian York video package, Turning Point, Jeff Hardy versus Austin Aries ad. ODB calls Eric Young on the phone. Christian York versus Zema Ion, decent match. Zema Ion wins with the cross arm breaker. Garrett Bischoff and Bully Ray are backstage. Garrett Bischoff says he wants that Devon stabbed him in the back too. Bully says he's got this. Robbie E with ODB versus Jesse with Tara. Jesse wins off a roll up. Robbie E with Robbie T versus Jeff Hardy. Hardy wins with the Swanton Bomb. Hogan Beach Sharp grand opening. Matt Morgan just comes and takes his robe, I guess, or something. Then Hulk Hogan's backstage. Fuck this. TNA was okay. I want to fucking play WWE 13. Fuck this. Fuck this. Fuck this. I said fuck this.